Vanderpump Rules is the most successful of all the spin-off series of the reality television franchise Real Housewives, aired on the Bravo cable network. It focuses on the staff of the SUR restaurant and lounge in West Hollywood, co-owned by Lisa Vanderpump, the breakout stars of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. After 9 seasons, many believe that the time has come for the network to cancel the show. Let's meet the original cast of the reality TV series. Stacey Schroeder's mother told her that she's a descendant of a Swedish princess, so she acted like one. She has been the center of attention since she was 10 years old, or even younger. She says what's on her mind, regardless of who gets hurt, and believes that she's always right. Stacey is a friend of Lisa's daughter, Pandora, and she also writes for their online luxury lifestyle magazine, Divine Addiction. She has always wanted to become a fashion writer, and she's apparently good at it. Kristen Dude gets in the middle of everything, as she makes everybody's problem her problem, even if she's not wanted. Her boss found her difficult to work with. Kate Maloney earned the nickname Tequila Katie due to her behavior when she's drunk. From when she was a little girl, Shiana Shea dreamed of being famous, so eventually she would go to auditions in between work. She never had vocal training, but a record producer wanted her to record demos as he was looking for a brunette version of Britney Spears. She had often been mistaken for the princess of pop when she was in high school. Admittedly, she's not sure if anyone's going to take her seriously as a singer, but said that being a pop star isn't actually being a singer but a performer, and she's the latter. Bartender Jax Taylor likes being with someone who can tell him what to do. He's been accused of being a pathological liar and a cheater. Meanwhile, bartender Tom Sandoval is only obsessed with his hair. The show is all about the gossiping, drinking, dating, and fighting among the uninhabited staff of SUR, Sexy Unique Restaurant, which made Vanderpump Rules such a captivating TV show. It initially centered on 6 attractive people with aspirations to become famous actors, musicians, or models. Some of the love interests landed a job at SUR, or other employees became their significant others and appeared in the show. According to British restaurateur Lisa Vanderpump, she and her husband Ken Todd had 2 restaurants in California, the Villa Blanca, where a man could take his wife, and SUR, where he could take his mistress. SUR's design was eclectic, and people who work there are a little bit crazy. Lisa admitted that the energy and character of her staff are what made them great servers, not necessarily their skills at waiting tables. While most owners have a strict policy against fraternization in the workplace, Lisa has none, as she said, "If I fired somebody who slept with another member of staff, I'd have no employees left." As her people were all young and good-looking, dating amongst them was bound to happen. SUR manager Peter Madrigal dated Stacey and her bestie Katie, and by the time the show started, Stacey was dating Jax, while Katie's boyfriend was SUR bartender Tom Schwartz. Kristen was dating Tom Sandoval. Shiana was the new girl who had difficulty fitting in, as Stacey, Katie, and Kristen were already in a tight clique. Initially, she wasn't even given a chance to be part of the team, as Queen Bee Stacey took a dislike to her, saying she didn't want someone in her circle who was a husband-stealing fame whore piece of shit. Apparently, Shiana's reputation preceded her, as she had a 2-year affair with the actor Eddie Cibrian from Third Watch, while he was married to Brandi Glanville of Real Housewives. However, it was also known at SUR that whenever beautiful new girls started working there, all the guys become excited and all the girls jealous. As beautiful and confident as Stacey was, she often felt jealous for no reason, but tried to make Shiana quit by being mean to her, although it didn't work, as Shiana stood up for herself upon the advice of their boss. Stacey later admitted that she didn't want Shiana around Jax, as she felt threatened by her. Then, Stacey and Jax were already having problems, and they eventually broke up amidst rumors of him cheating on her with a girl he met in Las Vegas. No one from her posse sided with her, and even turned against her. Conversely, she and Shiana then became close. Jax later confessed to Stacey that the rumor was true, so Stacey then hooked up with another bartender named Frank 2 days after the split. Her birthday celebration in Vegas turned into a nightmare as a fight broke out. Jax started dating Laura Lee, a server at SUR, to make Stacey jealous as he wanted her back. He was even caught having sex in SUR's washroom. He later dumped Laura Lee at the worst possible time after her AA meeting, and then he and Stacey had sex again, which he disclosed to the rest of the staff, despite their supposed agreement to keep it a secret. The boss lady would often call a meeting to sort things out, so that none of the conflicts amongst her staff would affect their work. She said, "All the people that worked here are so passionate about life and each other, but that's also the thing that makes it very difficult to run, and added, "It's what it is, and I wouldn't change it for the world." There was a lot of drama in season 1 that had millions of people hooked on the show. It became more complicated and interesting in the seasons that followed, with breakups, new hookups, cheating, and fighting, along with revelations that broke friendships and relationships. So, is it reality TV or a soapy? Is there any difference? Inevitably, there have been changes among the staff. In 2020, during an Instagram Live interview with the actress Candice Renee Rice, former cast member Faith Stowers opened up about the time she was working with Stacey and Kristen. It appeared that in 2018, the two called the cops on her for theft upon reading in the news that a black woman was wanted for robberies in the area. Faith said, "It was just funny because they thought it was me because it was a black woman with a weave." Fortunately, the police didn't pursue the case. The story went viral and, again according to some reports, resulted in Stacey being dropped by her publicist. It wasn't the first time she'd made a racially insensitive remark, as during her podcast Straight Up with Stacey, she mentioned being tired of all the complaints made by African Americans about racism. Why is it always just about the African Americans? It's always just that, and then whenever they get upset, everybody has to go above and beyond to make them happy, she said. Stacey apologized to Faith via an Instagram post, saying she hadn't realized that what she did could have serious ramifications. Kristen also addressed the issue, saying that what she did wasn't racially driven. She said she failed to recognize how her actions could have put Faith in danger, and admitted that her privileged life has blinded her from the reality of how the black community was treated by law enforcement. "I'm ashamed, embarrassed, and incredibly sorry," Kristen said. Lisa Vanderpump said that what her former employees did was wrong, but they weren't racist. "Do I think it was a racist action? No, not at all. I think it was just awful timing, stupid and ignorant," she said. In 2020, Stacey married casting agent Beau Clark, while pregnant with their first child. Kristen is in a relationship with Alex Minash. Jax met Brittany Cartwright in Las Vegas in 2015, and promptly fell in love with her. She joined the cast in season 4, landing a job as a server at SUR, after working for some time at Hooters. They subsequently starred in their own Bravo series, Jax and Brittany Take Kentucky, which chronicled their time in Brittany's hometown, premiering in 2017, but not getting past season 1. Despite allegedly cheating on Brittany by hooking up with Faith Stowers, he and Brittany tied the knot in 2019, and she gave birth to their first child in April 2021. In December 2020, the couple announced that they were leaving the show, and the representative said that the two were working on projects in which they could share their own lives without Bravo's limitations. Jax later revealed in an interview that it was a huge relief for him to no longer be part of the show, saying it didn't make sense anymore to be a 40-year-old guy hanging out, fighting, and arguing with the kids in the show who are half his age. He did reveal that he's not leaving the TV industry for good, but would just move on to something family-oriented. Shiana married her high school friend Mike Shea in 2014, but it ended after 2 years, with the divorce finalized in 2017, apparently due to his substance abuse problem. Within a month right after that, she jumped into another relationship with an old flame, Robert Valletta, but that didn't work out either. Shiana later married Brock Honey Davis, and she said, "I've never been with someone who made me feel so loved and not insecure. We are a good fit for each other." They now have a daughter named Summer Moon. Tom Tom Restaurant and Bar in West Hollywood opened in 2018, with Lisa Vanderpump as the senior partner, and Tom Sandoval and Tom Schwartz as junior partners. The two even developed their signature cocktails, and they also have their own whiskey label, Tom's Good Lovin'. It was hailed as the best bar in Southern California, according to the Los Angeles Travel magazine. The two Toms have also been working on establishing their own bar called Schwartz and Sandy's in the Franklin Village area of Los Angeles, and their former business partner Lisa has been fully supportive of their plans. All's well with their personal lives, as Schwartz is happily married to Katie Maloney, while Sandoval's relationship with Ariana Madix is still going strong. So much has happened to keep viewers glued to their screens since the hit Bravo TV show premiered on the 7th of January 2013. Filming for the 9th season was delayed as SUR closed its doors due to the COVID-19 pandemic restrictions, but it reopened and is back in business with the cast members, the show resuming in September 2021. It's said that interest has waned, with ratings at an all-time low and viewers down to 500,000. It appears that fans are ready for Vanderpump Rules to end. Many theories have been thrown in as to the reasons why. Letting some of the original cast go, even if justified, was said to be their downfall, as people had become invested in their lives and actually enjoyed their craziness. Without them, viewers have no one to root for or even hate. When it first became known that central characters Stacy, Kristen, Jax, and Brittany would not be part of Season 9, the future of the show seemed bleak. It didn't help that Max Boyens and Brett Caprioni, the two main stars introduced in Season 8, were also fired from the show after racist tweets from their past resurfaced. Both apologized for their actions, Max wishing that people would be given a chance to show that they can change and become a better person. He continued to work as a manager at TomTom a year after that, but quit due to health insurance issues. It was said that he now works at Una Mas Cocktails as its chief financial officer. Brett, a Sur server, said that he's a good boy who made a mistake. He was grateful to his boss for understanding him and believing that he was capable of learning from what happened. He's busy running a lifestyle and fitness YouTube channel these days. Never mentioning what happened to those who were fired was a bad move, according to fans, as the TV series has been known for not shying away from showing their controversial behavior. Even if the show retained some of the original cast members, there were those who said the audience couldn't relate to them anymore as they become popular and successful, far removed from their days of struggle. It also felt rather off that they were still working at Sur as servers or bartenders when they could afford expensive weddings and big houses with swimming pools. It was said that the conflicts and fights among them became less intense as they were more careful with their words and actions for fear of backlash from fans, which could result in them being fired from the show or losing endorsements and other projects. Some believed the show had lost its authenticity in that every scene felt forced or scripted. Despite everything that's happened, Andy Cohen, host of each season's Vanderpump Rules reunion, believed that they still have a solid cast. However, it seemed that the new cast failed to charm their way into the viewers' hearts, which might have something to do with them not knowing each other prior to the show. Some said that their stories weren't that interesting, while others said that the storylines had become darker, as there was suspicion of domestic violence between Sur busboy turned DJ James Kennedy and Sur server Raquel Levis. Her nose was bent to the left as James accidentally bumped it as he went in for a quick kiss on her lips. It was said that even their boss had some doubts about her story and thought that somebody had hit her, but Raquel said that wasn't true. There's still so much talk about the show, good or bad, which means that people are still interested. Many are wondering if the show has been renewed for its 10th season, but there hasn't been any official statement from the network. As some of Lisa Vanderpump's restaurants closed permanently, fans are concerned about the fate of Sur, as the show was dependent on it. While waiting for news, fans are still updated on the lives of its stars, as most of them are highly visible on social media.
Thank you for spending some time with us. Make sure to like and subscribe so you never miss another video. We also handpick these videos which we recommend you watch next. You can talk to us on all social medias or ask a question in the comments below. Thank you for being with us, and we'll see you back tomorrow.